All right, welcome back YouTube. We're here at the Carney package for a quick update. You probably noticed, or maybe noticed, that it's only been a couple days since we've been here, a few days, right? It's been 4 days to be exact. Today is day 48. When we were here last time, if you recall or if you watched, I was surprised at how much they had built out. They had pretty much built out the bottom minus a few frames. The top was pretty much built out. I was debating whether or not adding a super. I was also debating on whether or not to give them another shot of sugar syrup, right? So in essence, I decided to roll the dice and take my chances and do both. So since I already had the sugar syrup made when I was here last time, I went ahead and gave it to them. And I've now given them a few days to clear that out. And I am coming in to remove the feeder now and to add their first super. One other thing that I'm going to do, you may recall last time they had a few frames that were not drawn out in the bottom. I'm going to try to kind of rearrange frames a little bit to fill the bottom, move the empty frames up to the top brood box, and then we're going to add the super, taking off this feeder. You may see right now that well, they kind of have gone inside. They smelled the smoke and they've gone inside, but there was a little bit of hanging out on the porch, so to speak, a little beard happening. That is always a sign of a healthy colony when they have enough bees that they need to hang out on the porch. So let's go ahead and get into this. We're not going to spend a bunch of time here because we did a pretty full inspection last week. I've kind of slept on it and developed my plan. And so in my mind, I kind of already know what we're here to do, and it's going to kind of go quickly. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to give them smoke at the entrance, a little smoke at the top. Pull that top. Looks like there's a ton of bees inside the feeder here. The feeder is empty, so that's good. I'll go ahead and just move this out of the way for a second here. As I said, it is empty. All right, and if you recall, they had pretty much all of these frames drawn, and so there was a couple in the bottom that were not fully drawn, and I would like to kind of rearrange things a little bit to put those empty frames up top. So go ahead, move this off to the side so that we can actually have access to both boxes at the same time. All right. So both boxes are plumb full. We are definitely here to add a super today, no question. We will not be giving them any more syrup. Okay, totally empty frame. That's going up top for sure. Very gently trying to put this down. All right. The next frame is halfway drawn. So what I'll do is I will move that to the outside, and then in this box I will take the outside frame. It's not quite fully drawn. I'm going to actually take the next one. Because that is fully drawn. It is full of nectar and stores. And so I will put that frame in here. Okay. And like I said, there's no need for us to inspect all of these frames. I just want to get back to this other end so I can see what frames may be empty on that end. These bees are extremely docile, so far they are living up to their reputation. I've only taken one sting from them, I believe, and that was on the first day when I was installing the package. All right, so we'll pull this end frame. Again, nothing really happening here. So I will actually go ahead and put this here. And then same thing, I'm going to dig through this box a little bit to get to the outside frame, which is most likely stores. All right, when we pull this outside frame, and it is, so we'll go ahead and stick that in here. So now we have 10 full frames inside this box. I'm going to go ahead and replace the frames that are empty into this box. This one. So they still have a couple frames here. I was only semi-exaggerating when I said I was rolling the dice. But like I said, if you feed too heavily, it is possible that you could create a situation where they choose to, leave because they're out of room. And so while we did give them that sugar, I am back here almost immediately to give them more room. Got a little, what's called a practice cup here. Looks like a queen cup. That kind of, to me, is their signal that they may be running out of room. So I will go ahead, stick this other box back on. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and add our first super. So this is just another box. It's a little smaller. It has medium frames instead of deep frames. The big difference here is, since they are now potentially going to be adding some stores here, I'm not going to spray these with sugar water. We also are not going to feed any further beyond this point. All right. So from this point, can kind of be a repeat of when we initially installed the bees. We're going to have to get them off of this and into that new box. Okay, so shook them off the inner cover. And then for the feeder box, I'll actually pull the trays out. Okay. Again, gently just shake the bees off of the trays. And then lastly, what I'll do is I'll come back with my bee brush here in a second and get all those bees off of that box. I don't want to leave this in front of the hive. There still is probably some residual sugars in here, and I don't want to attract yellow jackets, which are a pretty bad problem this time of year in this area. So we'll go ahead and cover this. Okay, so we're back with the bee brush. We can go ahead yeah, that's about it. All right, YouTube. Really the reason, that I was hesitant is to pull them off the feed is because, we've been talking about life cycles and lifespans and tasks during their lifetime. We don't have any bees to forage right now. So we don't have a workforce that can go out and gather the needed resources for this colony. And so I've been hesitant to pull them off the feed, but within the next couple of weeks or over the next couple of weeks, they will start to have a workforce that is venturing out to gather stores. So we're just gonna have to keep an eye on them, basically, and hope that they start drawing this box out. Yeah, so we'll check back. It's probably not going to be, maybe a week or 10 days again from now, but we will kind of keep an eye on them closely just to see, we did feed them until they were bursting at the seams, basically. And so we want to make sure that we're keeping an eye out for any kind of queen cells or anything like that that may indicate that they're, unhappy with the situation, that they're running out of room or something like that. So, yep. Stay tuned. We'll be back in about a week or so to check on them again. Thanks for watching, YouTube.